Ridenhour Construction, a local mid-Missouri directional boring company, has multiple crews working to begin the infrastructure necessary for fiber connections throughout Fulton, Missouri. This is the first step to providing Fulton with super fast and reliable internet and telephone service. Directional boring through solid rock can sometimes cause complications and slow the process.
If you were just using straight water on this, you're cutting rock chips, and that we use the bentonite. The bore gel is actually developed where it floats the rock out, it brings it out of the hole. All the cuttings where you have everything locked up, and you can lose about $40,000 in the hole. We're just trying to get the rock chips out. So sometimes it'll find a weak spot, and we'll have to travel to a different spot with the back trailer, just suck it up there.
After fiber conduits have been pulled back through the bored holes, a separate crew positions handholds for fiber splicing locations.
First thing we do when we go to set a handhole is we got to expose all the locates so we don't hit anything that's already in the ground. Most of the time you're dealing with gas, water, telephone, fiber optics. After we get everything exposed, got our depth for where we're going to set our ped, then we will go ahead and expose the pipe that's been drilled through. Once we get all that done, if the locates aren't deep enough, we'll hand dig underneath the locates to get our depth. Then you'll sweep them up to where the ped is, and you got to drive a ground rod, 8-foot ground rod down in the ground and leave about 8 inches of that exposed fiber. And you also put an extra piece of pipe in there for if they do a splice location or feed somebody's house, they have a way of locating it also by putting a piece of ground wire through it. And we take normally it's about 2 buckets of gravel. You got to have 6 inches of gravel underneath the ped for the spec. So your hole's about 30 inches deep, and the peds that we're setting right now are 24 inches deep. And set them down in there, backfill around it, and you're done basically.
The next phases of fiber construction in Fulton are scheduled to begin in July and August of 2012. Check the Socket Fiber blog for more updates.